second game in the North American Ranked Royale. And a donation at the same time, which will be doubled by me to the prize pool. We have Team Cam versus Team Daunt, both the lower seeds winning in the upper bracket semifinals. So you have the upper bracket final here with me. Winner moves on to the main event. And Team Swift and Magic Bear over on twitch.tv/TheDangerTaco. Crushed it. Thank you, Blizzy, for the small dono. All donos are appreciated. Game number 1, but match number 2. We have Tvar and Daunt and Cam and Flitz. We just saw an epic finish to the Cam and Flitz game against AJ and Magic Bear. Daunt and Tvar coming off of a win over the Brazilians, Swift and Wisty. And the winner of this gets the highest seed that you can get from the qualifier, that is, into the main event of the Ranked Royale 2v2. Loser has an additional chance. We have one more match after this one, where the loser will try and find their way in still. Daunt and Tvar, I believe, teaming. I want to say I saw the logo that they had for their team. And I'm not even sure. What is the Schnauzenheisers? What? That is the team that just scored, by the way. Daunt and Tvar, as they team up to slam one in, crossbar down. Quite the infield pass. Daunt being the player who qualified this team and did so as the very last qualifier. But doesn't matter, as long as you get yourself into the matches and then you clutch up, you can make the main event, and that's what they're trying to prove right now. I think it's hilarious you kids talking about AJ. You wouldn't say this stuff to him at LAN. He's jacked. Not only that, but he wears the freshest clothes, eats at the chillest restaurants, and hangs with the hottest dudes. Y'all are pathetic. To be fair, that's like I feel like that's the original copy pasta. You think okay, guys, twitch.tv/TheDangerTaco is where it should be at now. So I think Read the Sloth said he went offline, but twitch.tv/TheDangerTaco, and it's also what the Liquipedia should have. If you go to the exclamation point bracket, it should include the Twitch stream to watch it on. I believe that's where it's at now. So if you want to continue to watch the Magic Bear AJ show, that'll be on the Danger Taco stream. Right now, this is the Daunt and tvaristo show, as they are up 2-0. So these qualified by their 2v2 rank. Is there a link to the spreadsheet? If you go to my Twitter, you can see the post that I made over the course of the past 10 or so days of the 2v2 ranked ladder. But these guys did qualify via their 2v2 rank, and absolutely anybody could have qualified. I think that's one of the fun parts about doing a tournament format like this. A lot of times you will do invites for certain teams, and while I don't think that the invites are often that wrong, it does kind of beget a lazy sort of I know I'll get invited type mentality, potentially. Whereas this way, everybody on equal footing, especially in the twos leaderboard where everyone truly does get reset, unlike ones where last time we did it for ones, the ones leaderboard wasn't really reset that much. And so it was tough to grind from nothing to the top. But in twos, heavy reset almost to the same spot for everybody on the ladder. And they've all been grinding since then. And so truly anybody could come out on top. And I think we've seen a couple teams that you maybe otherwise wouldn't have expected to make it, but maybe they'll make a splash and show the only thing that was stopping them was they didn't have a tournament that they could openly qualify for. We'll have to see. Of course, we do have some familiar names. First Killer, I believe, being the #1 rated player in North America, so At the end of the day, some things are right. Some invites are perfectly accurate. Daunt, nothing left on that air dribble. Flitz on YouTube, he is the GOAT. Yeah, Flitz is on YouTube if you guys want to check him out. I'm not sure how consistent he's been recently, but I know he's had at least a lot of big spurts of posting. Plays a lot with Chronic and LJ, I believe. Cam looking for the reset double, and even though he doesn't score it, he makes it easy on Flitz. They get themselves on the board. Ooh, tvaristo. At least on my screen, got a touch on that. Daniel and Beast Mode are not playing. I believe Beast Mode was in a position to qualify. Maybe Daniel was as well, honestly. But neither interested in playing. Flitz, freestyle resetting. I feel like there's no other way to put it. I don't think there's a ton to be gained from getting a reset and then flipping immediately back into the ball. Just get the same reset you already had. Maybe, you know, if it happens closer to the net where it's like a fake out of some sort, but that far away from the play. tvaristo, what a shot here. He get a reset. I don't know if he did, but he didn't need to. Such a smooth catch. Daunt and Tvar are playing as a great team. These guys are apparently teammates on a team called, I already forget it. I checked it on Wikipedia. Something nose related. Cam slams the save off the crossbar. I wonder how similar these players feel the play style is here in these matches now compared to when they were grinding up in ranked. I know that there are some teams who grinded together up in ranked in order to get themselves into qualification, and I believe a big example of that was Ajax and Lion Blaze, who actually benefited greatly from me extending the deadline so that it didn't end pretty much shortly after RLCS, gave everybody an extra day. And Ajax and Lion Blaze sure used that day to grind high up to make it into the event. Cam and Flitz getting crushed here in this first game. Actually a pretty impressive counterattack though. Although I think it comes at a time that Daunt and Tvar maybe not really too worried about getting countered. No predictions? Did we not start a prediction for this one? We weren't fast enough. DT versus CF. If a mod is around, they can start a prediction per game if they want to. Cam and Flitz. Mods couldn't create? Wait, what? The mods tried to create it and they couldn't? Fun fact, Schnauzenheiser's got their logo from JamesBot during the most recent The Draw event. Oh, is that right? They played in The Draw and JamesBot gave them their logo. Man, Daunt and Tvar are looking solid as they immediately retake the lead. They took an early lead in the previous game. It's up the back of Tvar's bump. Everyone in this lobby is a bubble player. I think that is probably an accurate statement. And they're all here on the bubble of Ranked Royale, but about to prove they belong in the tournament. One of them is going to move on. Back in the city tried. Oh, interesting. A mod skill issue. Flitz, empty double jump. Cam gets bumps. Ooh, Flitz. You could see him changing up his speed on the recovery. He's expecting a stronger finish. Oh man, is that my lagging or are they getting that lagging too because the ball just warping around? I think it's just my lagging. But a lot of ghost hits that I've seen. Just about everybody in this lobby has played in 1v1s as well. tvaristo being the only one that I have not seen dabble in ones, but both Cam, Flitz, and Daunt have all played in 1v1 show matches on my stream. Cam, no choice but to just help slam this in his own net. It might not be Optic beating them, but it's apparently a team using Optic goal explosion. Stream dropping frames. No, we have 0 dropped frames, so it shouldn't be the stream. Cam power slide into the corner. Demoed as the attack for Cam and Flitz short-lived. Cam trying to start with an air dribble bump to get something going. This double is met by Flitz. He rushes to the ball, but he uses up the last bit of boost he has, and Cam not around, so it's going to be the end of the attack for them. Daunt to Tvar. Slam a shot the other way. Cam's air dribble was effective, putting his team back on offense. Flitz had boost to work with, but his double does not connect. Rio lead for Team Daunt. Cam! He has had a couple nasty shots so far today. And this time he goes off the top of the arena, has the perfect read, and gets ultimately what becomes like a triple touch if you count the back wall and the defender before squeezing it in. Look at the passing play to Flitz. They have this Team Daunt on the back foot for the first time in a while, but the pass to Cam won't work. Daunt recovers and takes him off the map. What a long clear. Flitz pops the ball up to Cam, trying to let him go to work again. Doesn't seem like a bad idea. There's certainly an opportunity to score here. If Flitz and Cam could be on the ball. Daunt air dribble bump. Cam over the top of it. Too strong of a touch. Maybe he was trying to set up a musty to get a long clear, but not with the kind of pressure that Team Daunt has had. Flitz going for a bump. Cam rushed it. Not sure he would have been able to score without rushing it, but Flitz had taken out all defenders. Might have been able to play it a bit easier. Flitz to the back wall, infield to Cam. Daunt first to it, and Tvar saves it. The turtle save. They're only up 2 with a minute left to go. It is not a guaranteed win. He wanted a turtle goal, but instead it was a turtle save. And that is going to seem extra silly if Flitz and Cam are able to bring it back. Flitz faking the pass before trying to cut the ball back on target, but he didn't get Tvar that mixed up because he's still there to challenge him on the dribble. 3-1, looking like Daunt and tvaristo are the team to beat so far in this qualifier. Cam and Flitz did not look weak in their match against Magic Bear and AJ. Daunt's going to tap in another one. 4-1. You tried to tell y'all Daunt all the way. He's too good. This is the first time. This is the first time I've ever seen it. That's a pretty funny parentheses. I try to tell you guys. But also, you know, it could be like love at first sight. Talent recognition at first sight. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, Cam just... Cam almost just saved the ball completely. Instead, he just bumps Flitz from being able to get to it. It always kind of makes me happy whenever somebody says in chat that they haven't heard of one of the teams playing, because just by nature of the fact that if they're playing on my stream, I must have heard of them at some point. Is the case for most players. I guess someone could be truly unheard of in the ranked ladder. It's always nice to open up some eyes to more players. And Daunt and Tvar have both been around for a while as talented players. And you guys all get a chance to see them. Stream title is wrong. Well, then we'll have to update it, won't we? Cam Flitz versus Daunt tvaristo. Game number 3. Daunt and tvaristo looking for the sweep. And Flitz looking for a pop-off. It's a way to get him and Team Cam going. As a reminder, the first name listed for any team is the player who qualified their team in ranks. Cam, back wall pinch double to keep the ball out of a dangerous position. Medtronic, thank you for the brand new Prime. tvaristo has just Cam to beat. Flitz not into play. The musty, though, is soft enough that Cam handles it with ease. Daunt forced to jump away from the bump attempt, and that actually left the window open. Luckily for him, he was not left alone. tvaristo around. Flitz past Daunt with a quick 1-2, and now the net is wide open for Cam as Flitz does the hard work of beating everybody on the other team, and Cam gets the glory. Swift just scored a banger. That does not surprise me. Flitz the double to put his team up 2-0. Looks like he even went for the pogo landing. You love to see somebody labbing the pogos at all times. Nothing crazy on the kickoff, just a cheat that goes in favor of Cam and Flitz. Daunt out of the corner, slams down to a teammate who had already been trying to just get bumps. Still could have been possible to swing around after the bumps to take the shot attempts, but in this case, there was none. Flitz deciding to leave the ball and go for the player, but the player able to avoid. Tvar now has a 50 against Flitz. Flitz as well to kill it into the corner. Cam doesn't get any ball, but does slam Daunt all the way back into the orange half. And a series so far that has been completely Daunt and Tvar favored. All of a sudden has a game that it does seem like Cam and Flitz are controlling. Bump. Tvar, Daunt gets the ball into the corner. Not sure if he's going to be able to find an angle, but he certainly tried to as the ball flew high on the backboard. Flitz off the ceiling, and great adjustment by Tvar not to play the dribble too quickly into him. Instead, get that ceiling reset. And I think Tvar knows that there's no chance that Flitz is going to be around to make anything of Cam's setup, so comfortably catches and pulls it away. Daunt now, not the best first touch, but does make up for it with a clean catch to get something out of his possession. Daunt does get this back corner boost right before Flitz approaches in the corner. Daunt's flick. Flitz intercepts. Cam and Flitz controlling the game right now as they have Daunt and tvar scoreless. A reset off the ceiling. Cam get too ahead of the play. Ends up getting a touch far underneath the ball. This is uppers. Uppers, Cam and Flitz versus Daunt and tvar. Cam helps tvar chip the ball towards the net as it rolls down the side wall. Cam out of the corner for Flitz, who's only gives it a half effort. Besides, saving the boost is worth it. And it's taken Daunt and tvar everything they have just to escape right now. Nothing left over to try and finish off the play. "18 seconds. And it looks like it'll be a bagel for Daunt and tvar. Unless they make something happen right here, right now. And Daunt looks like he might do that. Oh my goodness, he really almost shut me up. But it is a 0 for the duo in the lead, and it's a 3-0. 1 second, I guess, to tap in another goal. But Cam and Flitz stay alive as they need a reverse sweep if they're going to try and bring it back. Do EU play against NA? They do not in the regular tournament. If the winners happen to both be going to the major of both tournaments, then I'll try and set up a game between them, just like we did for the 1v1 ranked Royale. That was game 3. This is the only game 3 I've ever run, so that should be a good enough name. Game number 4. Will Cam and Flitz continue to ice up like they did in the previous game? Cam with a nasty shot in overtime, right before overtime. I think it was in overtime to win it for his squad. Now they're going to need a couple games straight. Ever since chat was hyping up Daunt as the next big thing, it hasn't been going as well for him. Cam, air dribble to the top right corner. Able to squeeze it down for Flitz. Really no choice but for Daunt to try his best to stop what could have been a pinch on the post and in. Daunt just going to slam it directly on target off the kickoff win. No need to be fancy with it. If you think a defender is going to be there, maybe you got to go back wall or look to make a play to avoid a defender, but the net's open, it's open. Take your shot. Daunt and tvar able to tie the game. Flitz, what a strong touch to the back wall. In fact, not able to get back to it, and now Cam's going to have to deal with the consequences. Actually able to stick with the follow-up after the first save, knowing he was all alone. Did a good job handling the 2 consecutive attempts. Now Daunt on the air triple bump, couldn't get around the ball. Daunt plays keep away, puts it on the back wall as opposed to letting Flitz get the save. Daunt gonna back off now. Cam on the air dribble. He has had some highlights, but no reset to work with on that dribble. Can we invite Forky to this tourney? He was going to get top 10, but he had to do some yard work. Forky was actually pretty close, for the record. I know somebody in chat saying that Forky couldn't be around. Forky was in at least one of the updates, so he was actually around the position to qualify. Daunt and tvar take a 2-1 lead. Daunt is also on new binds from a month ago. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people are on new binds. It was Daunt's new binds, the air roll on L2 and R2, because I bet you there's a lot of people who do that now. Cam taking the ball all the way to the ceiling to try and get a reset. I don't even think he got high enough. Best he could look for is a ceiling pinch. Daunt's going to be given space to start his air dribble. Takes a very lateral approach. Trying to interrupt Flitz going the other way. Cam has an impossible angle to deal with, and Daunt on the backboard sends the ball back to the midfield. Tvaristo, a fake with a hook shot afterwards. Has no oomph. Do you know if Sheila was close to qualifying? Yeah, Sheila is the EU player, right? Sheila was on at least a couple of the updates. So I assume they were around qualification, at least generally. T-Bar maybe could have tried to bump Flitz. He wanted to be incredibly ambitious, as Flitz was the last back. Daunt's very aggressive challenge. That surprised me. And, oh, wow. Team Cam not able to capitalize. They needed to. What was one of their easier chances in this series. Really don't think Daunt should have been diving there, as it left Cam and Flitz to attack literally no one. They just needed to corral the ball and score. They just barely weren't able to. Minute left to go. Cam has a reset. Lobs the ball to the back wall. Flitz seemed like he tried to go for a soft touch to get around the defense, but did not succeed. Daunt following up this pinch in the corner to make it 3-1. Flitz demoed, and Cam not getting the touch he needed. Cam and Flitz able to get a game on the board, but it looks like Daunt and Tvar might be on the verge of closing out what would be a very solid qualification tournament for them. Tvar and Daunt really double teaming that one, as I believe Daunt caught Tvar so that they could hit it together. 30 seconds, Flitz finds himself on the back wall of the orange team, looking for something, anything, and actually they got Tvar to dive on what felt like a free goal. But immediately Daunt 50s it back into the blue corner and gives his teammate time to recover and get demos like that to ice out the game. So congrats to Daunt and Tvar, our first team through. Cam and Flitz not out yet. They have another chance in the lower bracket, but they might find Magic Bear and AJ, and it's not going to be easy to beat them twice. We already saw in the EU qualifier, the team that won the first time around lost the second time around and ended up not qualifying. So got to be careful. But congrats to Daunt and Tvar, as they're the first winners in this qualification.